imagine finding out you could cut your lifetime EV charging cost by like up to 90%.
Right, and not by driving less.
Yeah, exactly. But by turning your car into a day trader while you sleep.
It completely flips the entire concept of vehicle ownership, you know? Suddenly that depreciating metal box in your driveways, well, it's a revenue-generating asset.
So today we are taking a deep dive into this huge stack of research. We've got a massive University of Michigan study, plus some NREL grid data. And our mission today is to figure out if this 2026 hype around bidirectional charging is reality.
Or just a really expensive buzzword.
Exactly. We want to unpack exactly how you can realistically use your electric vehicle to power your house and the grid. So my first thought reading all this is my car basically just a giant smartphone power bank for my house now.
I mean, kind of. But a better way to visualize V2G, which is vehicle to grid, is like a water reservoir system.
Okay, I'm tracking.
You pump electricity up the hill into the car's battery when power is cheap. Then, when demand spikes, you let it flow back down to power the town. But pushing power backwards safely introduces some massive hardware hurdles.
Because cars and houses don't naturally speak the same electrical language, right?
They don't. Car batteries store DC, or direct current power, but your house runs on AC, alternating current. So a standard charger just converts AC to DC to fill the car.
But going the other way requires a massive, expensive inverter to flip that DC power back to AC.
Yes. Plus, your car and house need universal translation software so you don't, accidentally blow your home's transformer.
Which would be bad. And right now, what, fewer than 12% of EVs actually have that built in?
Exactly. It's pretty rare still.
Wait, I also saw the hardware upgrades for this. Like, you need a UL 9741 certified bidirectional wall box. Can run an extra $2,000 to $8,000.
Yeah, plus you need an ISO 151-1820 compliant EV.
At that price, this isn't just a fun tech feature. It's a huge upfront financial investment. So I have to ask, does it actually pay off? Some articles make it sound like magic passive income.
Well, the industry calls it partial amortization, so you aren't getting a free car out of this.
Got it.
For grid services, selling power back to the utility, you might earn maybe $420 to $780 annually. It is really just a loyalty bonus for staying plugged in during peak hours.
Hold on, I'm spending up to $8,000 on Wallbox to make maybe $500 a year.
Yeah.
That math takes over a decade to pencil out.
Especially when you factor in the grid aggregators. They are the middlemen handling all the complex software and market bidding, and they take a 40 to 50% cut of the profits before you even see a dime.
Ouch. Well, that completely explains this surprising detail from the NREL data. If private cars aren't making millions, the ultimate V2G winners aren't personal EVs at all.
No, they're electric school buses.
Yeah, they are nearly 3 times more than transit buses just because they sit idle 21 hours a day.
The grid needs extra power precisely when school buses are parked, like late afternoons and all through the summer.
Right.
It just proves the real value of bidirectional charging is in massive predictability rather than, an unpredictable commuter car.
So if the grid profits for the average homeowner are that modest, the real appeal of V2H has to be blackout survival.
Absolutely.
But here is my ultimate anxiety question. If I run my fridge and heater for 2 days during a massive winter storm, am I going to destroy my super expensive car battery?
The data says no. Smart Home Energy Management Systems, or HEMS, they actively limit the depth of discharge.
Oh, so it won't just drain to zero.
Right. They communicate with the car to prevent the battery from draining completely, so the wear is actually minimal. A standard 75 kilowatt-hour battery can easily run your critical home loads for nearly 2 days without stressing anything.
Wow, so it just shuts off the non-essentials and keeps your core survival gear running. Bringing this all together, this really highlights a massive shift. We are watching EVs transform from passive transportation into active mobile power plants.
Which leaves us with a wild scenario to consider for the future.
Oh.
Yeah, so retired EV batteries still retain about 70 to 80% of their original capacity, right?
Right.
So could the future of the used car market actually be driven by homeowners buying cheap, older EVs strictly to permanently park them as stationary home backup batteries?
Oh, wow. You buy an old beater just to plug it into your house and leave it there forever.
Exactly.
That is an incredible thought to leave you with. Thank you so much for spending your time on this deep dive today and for joining us as we explore the reality of bidirectional charging. We will catch you next time.